Today we're out in beautiful Santa Monica, California, and we're going to be testing out the new Hohem MT3 Pro gimbal. Let's see how well she does. So for those of you who are new to gimbals, you basically slap a camera on them and they stabilize your shots. As you can see right here, we have the roll stabilized, the tilt stabilized, and of course the pan. Now gimbals have been around for a really long time already, but to make a good one that's lightweight, user-friendly, and has a little bit of AI built into it, that's not an easy task. All right, look, this gimbal is really simple to put together. If you haven't already watched a lot of my other gimbal balancing tutorials, this one is just as easy, if not easier, than the other gimbals, but you just need to really learn how to balance these things properly. We get this really nice briefcase handle. It's all metal. This bracket here is all metal, and it has a bunch of cold shoe mounts and extruded mounts with 1/4 20-inch ports on it. So the most amount of accessory ports I've ever seen on a briefcase handle on a gimbal. So really like how Hohem thought of that. Put a monitor up top here. You can put the wireless remote, which is actually the first gimbal of its kind to have something like that will actually give you live feed. We get this really nice dual quick release mount right here. Camera just pops right on, and now we just quickly balance this rig. Now Hohem was one of the first gimbal manufacturers to actually incorporate a vision camera for their AI tracking system into their gimbals. As you can see, they've completely built it into the tilt arm of the MT3 Pro, as well as their other smaller gimbals. What does this AI tracker allow you to do? Well, you can actually film a bunch of objects, people, without really having to think twice about it. It tracks them, so no matter where you move the gimbal, it will keep its position pointed at that subject. It's also great for those of you who are solo filmmakers, for example, hikers and campers and so forth. So if you need something that tracks you while you walk in and out of the frame, well, that's where this gimbal comes into place. You can actually throw up a few different gestures, such as a hand up, or the OK sign, or even the frame up sign, and you can change the composition, start and stop recording, and start and stop tracking. Ergonomically, this gimbal feels great. I mean, it's similar to like the size of the DJI RS4 Mini. It's actually almost identical to the size. And I mean, Hohem's been making gimbals for a while now, so I'm not surprised that they made an ergonomic one with the MT3 Pro. Trigger right here for reset. Everything is accessible via your thumb. I can hold this gimbal with one arm, surprisingly. I've been using gimbals all my life, so I'm really used to it, but overall, all buttons are accessible via your thumb and your forefinger, so you won't have an issue with any of the gimbal's controls. All right, here we go, the Hohem MT3 Pro, and we have the DJI RS4 Mini, almost identical in size, and there's some key differences right here, especially when it comes down to the tracking system. Both actually support really good tracking, as you can see right here. All right, but when it comes to other objects, I mean, the MT3 Pro is the one that does better with that type of tracking. The RS4 Mini only supports human face tracking. But as you can see, both do a very good job with tracking me right here. I do also want you to note that on the RS4 Mini, we have a detachable tracking module, while the MT3 Pro has a built-in tracking module and a built-in bicolor fill light. So those are two features that were missing on the RS4 Mini. I actually lost this detachable tracking module in one of my camera bags, and yeah, it was not a good time trying to hunt it down. I do like the fact that on the MT3 Pro, it is built in. With their backs facing the camera, we obviously have a huge difference here as well. A detachable remote on the MT3 Pro, along with live feed coming from the AI camera. Whereas on this screen, we only can access gimbal settings and different modes, but nothing else besides that. And the last thing to note is the fact that the RS4 Mini can only support about 4.4 pounds, with the MT3 Pro supporting about 5.5 pounds. So over a pound difference on the MT3 Pro, but both gimbals stabilize exceptionally well. The MT3 Pro just has upgraded components. But one thing the RS4 Mini has that I really like is the auto-locking axis locks for easy transportation. The Hohem gimbal just goes limp when it shuts off, but hopefully Hohem can incorporate this in future gimbal models. So Hohem actually invited me to CES 2026 to actually showcase the MT3 Pro, and I was able to actually put it through its paces at that event. And it actually holds up with a Nikon Z8 24-70 Nikkor lens, f2.8. That's probably the max setup that it can do, but I wouldn't necessarily zoom out to 70mm and expect smooth footage. I think that this setup right here, which is the Sony a7 IV or a7 V with a 16-35, I think that this is probably the best lens and camera combo that you can get for the MT3 Pro, or something similar to it, because you get your wide and your medium close-up, and it handles the zoom in and zoom out really well without the need to rebalance. Now look, this gimbal isn't going to magically make you capture the most cinematic shots. You still need to add some technique into your gimbal walk and how you hold the gimbal. I've made probably hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but definitely tens and tens and tens of gimbal tutorials on how to properly operate a gimbal. They were made a while ago, but they're still relevant today. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out some of the cards that I linked in this video, because it will show you how to properly execute the best gimbal walk and get the smoothest shots possible. With Hohem's advanced AI systems with really accurate tracking, along with under 1 minute setup time, I think the MT3 Pro is a great choice for those of you who are just diving into gimbal technology and want to see what you can create. So if you're interested in the Hohem MT3 Pro, make sure you check out the link for it down below. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in another one.